Well, we have lots of management conversations lined up for you after Greenlam and Titagar. Now let's talk to Cyient. We are going to be talking to them about essentially how COVID has hit their business and of course the fact that how they are now coming out of it. Let's bring on board Karthikeyan Natarajan. He's the president and CEO of Cyient. Thank you so much. Karthikeyan, for joining us. Let's start about the progress that you've witnessed so far in key verticals that you operate in. What's the recovery been like, and which vertical, is showing the most promise in terms of the fastest recovery?
We started looking at responding to this crisis over the last 4 months. And to be precise, we were trying to assess which verticals are getting impacted the most, which verticals are getting impacted the least. And we are fairly clear in terms of how things would pan out, at least for the next 3 to 6 months. And what we are clearly seeing is verticals like semiconductor, utilities, transportation, and med devices, healthcare are likely to be a lot more resilient as compared to industrial, aerospace, and defense, and some parts of auto. I think they will probably have little more impact and they will take little more time to recover. And we are trying to holistically define what I would call it as survive, stabilize, and strive. And we started looking at probably establishing ourselves to stabilize by around December of this year. When I say stabilize, we know what is likely to come after that. We would have probably stabilized in terms of our margin profiles. We would have definitely gotten better control of the demand side of the business. And we would probably look at accelerating our growth starting 2021.
COVID has hit the overall business. How do you plan to restart once again? What's the new reset like, business strategy to reset or any other new opportunities that you see because of this?
So we definitely see that the world would probably do a reset and more than a restart. And what do I mean by that? Some of the opportunities that we are likely to see around automation and digital transformation are likely to stay for many more years to come. And probably digital transformation has got accelerated in the last few months. And to share some statistics, if you look at the number of telehealth consulting that happens today is 1,000 times more than what was happening pre-COVID. And the number of remote monitoring and diagnostic requests that we receive is probably more than 20 to 30 times. And the number of requests that we have to support field force through augmented and virtual reality or helping the remote workers, managing the field workers have increased in the last few months. And we're also trying to see the Industry 4 adoption is likely to accelerate post-COVID. So we are really trying to look at how do we really pivot our growth around digital transformation. And we are also seeing some opportunities around product carve-out or some of the center carve-outs where customers need help in doing vendor consolidation. And we are really getting ourselves ready for supporting our customers in the crisis and ensuring that their supply base is resilient for the future that is coming in.
What is the update on digital transformation, talent acquisition, clients, if any new clients are coming on board at this point of time?
See, digital transformation happens in many pockets. I think one, essentially about the operational efficiencies and how do you think we can run the operations a lot more efficiently, be it in terms of product development or manufacturing or supply chain or aftermarket. And how do you think we can improve efficiencies in the way we run the business? And the second one is about the revenue side of the equation, the customer experience side of the equation. We are really getting ready to support our customers on both sides. And we are also seeing the new revenue that the customers would see is most likely to come from digital transformation-led revenue growth. And how are we going to map the customer journeys of our customers? And how can we really create solutions around that? So that's the key focus that we are really trying to set out ourselves. Also, not to leave the focus on the operational transformation. When I talk about operational transformation, can we help our customers to run their factories more efficiently? Can they really improve the productivity, quality, and be able to bring in various technologies in making them to be a lot more efficient. And also managing the assets, and can we really do cognitive asset management solutions that can help them to track and trace the assets, and also the ability to maximize the utilization of those assets. And when it comes to the aftermarket and supply chain, and the digital supply chain is about having the visibility of the complete supply chain, not just at one tier, probably 3 or 4 tiers down the line. How can they get visibility of the supply chain? And when it comes to the aftermarket, can they really increase more services to their end customers? Can they get the spare parts fast enough? Can they repair things faster? And can they make sure they can produce new customer experience? So these are essentially the areas we are trying to work in building our digital transformation portfolio. And we already started seeing early signs of success out there.
All right. Could we talk about margins, Karthikeyan? I mean, when will that recover? Obviously, there has been some compression seen on that front as well. So if you could share with us an outlook on margins.
I think we are going through a process. We don't have any specific estimates to give you at this point of time. And probably we will share as part of our quarterly results in terms of any outlook that we may be able to provide for the next 2 quarters. But having said that, we did indicate as part of our last investor call that we expect to reach the Q4 margin levels sometime between Q2 and Q3 of fiscal 21.
All right. And if you could share with us a revenue guidance. I mean, I know a lot of IT companies have refrained from doing so because of the tremendous amount of uncertainty that looms large. So if you could just even give us a broad revenue trajectory based on, what things are looking like as India has started to unlock.
I think our intent is to really stabilize our operations and look for opportunities to grow. And we are still in the process of assessing the demand potential. And the good news is I think things have stabilized, and we are not really hearing too many bad news anymore. And things have really reached a point where things can only grow from here. And having said that, we also have seen some of the key clients have started making decisions to move through the RFP process and trying to really understand the opportunities to support them with, and which is a good sign. And probably about 60 to 75 days, there were lesser activity around the new demand, I think, which has really come back. And we would probably be in a position to assess the demand side of the profile in the next 3 to 4 months. As I said, we wanted to really look for opportunities and how do you think we can accelerate our demand currently. And giving a clear view of the demand, we may be in a position to provide you sometime around September, October of this year.
Thanks so much, sir, for taking out time for us. Always good to get perspective from you.